New FIFA and a fresh start on YouTube. I'm going to be really consistent this season. Blah, 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 blah. You've heard it all before. You're here for my tactics. Let's get straight into it. No messing about, and I'll show you what I've been using in these first couple of weekend leagues. So my formation was actually 3-5-2. Now that might come as a little bit of a shock to you because I haven't seen too many people using it. It did come into fashion, I guess. It did start to be the meta a little bit towards the back end of FIFA 22. So I thought, you know what, we'll give it a go this year. And it's worked well. 19-1 in the first weekend league. I cruised into the Elite Division with it. So yeah, numbers, I'll start with obviously defensive style, as always, balanced. I would never recommend anything but balanced unless you're chasing the game. Then you can try pressure on heavy touch or press after possession. Also, I must say, those two are very annoying to play against, even just from 0-0 at the beginning. So balanced for that. Width, I go for 42. Obviously, you've only got a back three when you're in possession and a back five out of possession. Obviously, I'll explain that in a little bit to do with the instructions and stuff. But yeah, so you just want it a little bit narrow, you know, get them three in tight, get the two left and right mid in a little bit tight to make it into a back five. Depth, I've gone with 62. Now, a lot of pros, a lot of competitive players have been going with the 71, 72, get that high line even further up, but I feel like with the three at the back, it leaves you a little bit too open. So I still like to keep a fairly high line. So yeah, 62 is what we've gone for there. Build-up play, as always with most tactics, it's going to be balanced build-up play. Slow build-up, what's the point unless you're in the lead? Fast build-up, your players push forward too much. Long ball, it's similar to fast build-up really. Your players just go too far away. Balanced, I can't see any other alternative. I think balanced has to be the one. Maybe fast build-up if you're playing narrow diamond or something. I don't know, but balanced for 3-5-2 is definitely the one. Chance creation, again, direct passing is the tactic you want on for any formation, any tactic. You want direct passing on. It just gives you the best chance creation. Your players will position themselves in places around the box where you can just get it into the feet, turn and shoot. They just take up the best position in the box, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. Possession, maybe if you're in the lead and you're trying to kill the game a little bit. Forward runs, I think that kind of goes with like fast build up. It just, I don't know. It's hard to explain. You know, it's a little bit more attacking than, you know, balanced. But I don't know, I find the positioning a little bit different. I just feel like direct passing is the one you want on for pretty much any formation you use on this game. Width, we have the default value of 50. It's a really balanced formation attacking wise. Obviously you have and you have the cam and you have the two strikers, then you have the two wide players, then you have the two centre mids. You've got players everywhere, so there's no reason to make it narrow, no reason to make it wide. Just keep it on 50. Players in the box, default again. Pretty much what I've just said for the width, to be honest. It's a really balanced formation. You've got players everywhere. There's no need to overcommit. There's no need to undercommit. It's just a really balanced formation when it comes to attacking. Corners and free kicks, I have them both on 2. I take all my free kicks short. I take all my corners short. So there's absolutely no point me getting the big boys up from the back. Into the instructions now. Keeper, every formation I use, every tactic I use comes across as and sweep a keeper. If someone's overhitting a through ball, you want your keeper coming out. As far as I've seen, I've never seen him come out for one that he shouldn't have came out for and got chipped, you know. So it feels like sweep keeper's the one comes across as. I mean, why would you not want your keeper to come for crosses on FIFA? I mean, if he automatically comes out for a cross, 99% of the time he's going to catch the ball. So pretty obvious. Back three. Balanced, no changes whatsoever. Worth pointing out, with the 3-5-2, I do start in a 4 at the back formation. So if you're doing the same thing as me, you're going to need one of your full-backs to become a right or left centre-back. In this case, for me, it's Walker. And then you're going to need you'll need your opposite full-back, which in this case for me is Mendy, to become a left or right mid. And then you're going to have obviously a usual wide midfielder as on the opposite wing. When Walker just suits that perfectly. He's pretty much a centre back. He's lengthy, you know, fast, strong. I mean, it's a pretty solid back three. Straight into the left and right mid then. The only instruction I have on them both is come back on defence, and this is simply to make it a back five out of possession. Even from kick-off, you'll see if your opponent's got kick-off and you've got come back on defence and come out on defence, it's literally a back five. It's just the best of both worlds, you know. It's a back five out of possession and it's a back three in possession. It's just perfect. Best of both worlds, I like to say. Centre mids, bit controversial. No instructions on either of them. In the way the formation, the way the formation works, the way it lines up, I don't seem to get caught out, to be honest. That back three push on, and they just seem really solid, you know, on the halfway line. Even if you have possession for a long time, it seems like those three, you know, really compact at the back. They just seem to be enough. They almost don't need one of these two boys to stay back and protect them. So having both unbalanced, what you usually find is if one of them goes, the other one will sit a little bit, and it just, yeah, it's worked well. It worked well on FIFA 22. Kind of pinched the idea from Damien. I think I'll say I probably pinched most of this tactic from Damien. I remember he used it in E-Prem last year. I probably should put a link to his original video in my description, really. And I've just tried most of his ideas, and it's worked really well for me on this one. So yeah, maybe worth pointing out that the inspiration for this was Damie, who won E-Prem last year. Onto the cam, stay forward, no over instructions. In this case for me, it's Messi. It's a funny one because with your cam on stay forward, you can struggle to get the ball sometimes, but because you've got your right and left mid on come back on defence, you kind of got the back five. Then you've got these two in front, and you can get away. Well, I can get away with, you know, just having these three just sitting forward and ready to go. So I've tried it on come back. I've tried it on balanced, and it just seems to make your team set up better, especially with the counter attacks as well. If you have the cam on stay forward, both the strikers, no instructions on them whatsoever. As you'll see in my future custom tactics videos, I feel like having them on getting behind is beneficial for some formations, but not beneficial for others. And the 3-5-2, it's one of them. I've tried it with, tried it without. They seem to just take up better positions when they're on, I was going to say balanced, mixed attack. Obviously you've got these two getting forward, you've got the cam, and it just, like I said, it's a really balanced formation. I do find, just for most of the instructions of this formation, it does seem better to just keep the instructions to an absolute minimum. Yeah, and that's all I've got for you today. Just a quick video to show you what I've been using for the first weekend league of FIFA 23. Worth pointing out, I've obviously got a good team, but come on boys. You've seen me do this year in, year out with a pretty bad team. So I was overdue, wasn't I, to put some FIFA points in and give myself half a chance of competing this year. If you have any questions, get them in the comment section and I will be replying to them this year. I am going to try and be a bit more active on YouTube this year. I know I said this at the start of the video, I made a little bit of a joke about it. But in all seriousness, you know, we're back on the content grind. I'm going to have another video come out in the next couple of days for a different formation that I use in the second weekend league. Also got rank 1. So yeah, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and I'll hopefully see you in the next one.